What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the post game. Unfortunately, the New York Yankees got swept by the Cincinnati Reds. You know, it was a pretty disappointing series for the most part. Pretty sad, but what are you gonna do? It's disheartening, right? It's not something you want to see. It's not. I have no words, as you can tell. Like I'm a little disappointed with how this team performed in this series. You know, the main issue in this series was the bats. I mean, you all tell me if you agree with this, but the bats were a problem. And we're going to talk about the series against the Reds. We're going to talk about today's game. I mean, not exactly what we were hoping for. We were hoping for better results against the Cincinnati Reds, but it didn't happen. It is what it is. But with all that being said, folks, make sure you guys, as you come into the chat, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with anybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm on the road to 700 subscribers. If you could all help me get there, I would greatly appreciate it, and I thank you for it. It's still the 4th of July, so, let's still try and enjoy this day, even with the Yankees getting swept, even with them getting lost. Hopefully you're still all enjoying your day and making the best out of it, having your barbecue. If you're in the swimming pool, if you got a swimming pool, maybe you're in the swimming pool. This game was pretty disastrous. So, it's not great. But, again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out. Any support that you give to this channel is greatly appreciated, and I do thank you for it. It does mean the world to me. So who do we got in the chat? We got Jonathan, Jared, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Brad. What's up, Brad? How you doing? Who else? We got Lou in the building, nosebleed section. What is going on, guys? What's up? Thanks for tuning in. And, oh, yeah, Stephen B. I saw you. Stephen B., what's going on? But pretty piss-poor game. It was a pretty piss-poor game. I mean, like I said, the offense was not great this series, right? The offense was pretty invisible in this series. And, the Reds just looked like a stacked team, really. Like they looked like a team full of all-stars. And as far as the starters go, they made the pitchers look like, Cy Young winners, like nosebleed section saying here. Yeah, the bats were terrible. I mean, they got beat by Frankie Montas. He got the win today. So, overall, it just was not a great game. It's not something you like to see, but it again, nothing we could do about it. It is what it is. Now, keep in mind, it's just they have guys that are hurt. I mean, it's clear where this team needs to make improvements, right? They're going to have to focus on a bat or two, maybe two bats, but definitely a bat. The bullpen definitely needs to be addressed. So there are concerns with this team right now. There's some concern with this team. I'm not going to necessarily panic, but there is concern for this team. But on a positive note, congratulations to Ben Rice for getting his first career Major League home run. I was very happy for him. He finally got his home run. Austin Wells got a home run. Juan Soto finally, hit one out of the park. It was nice to see. Marcus Stroman didn't really have himself a great game. But, man, again, it's not something that you like to see. And I see Li Yankee King in the chat. What's up, Li? T85, what's up? What's going on? But let me know how you all are feeling right now. I know Li Yankee King is saying there is a level of concern. Now, yeah, there is a level of concern, absolutely. Hopefully by the time August comes around, they make good trades at the trade deadline. They get the necessary pieces. Also, with some of their reinforcements coming back, hopefully the reinforcements can contribute to this team. We can only hope for the best, right? I mean, again, this was a bad series. This was not a great series by the Yankees. This Yankees team. I think this was, in my opinion, the worst series they have played so far. I mean, maybe not the worst, but one of the worst. I mean, it was pretty bad. And you look at Marcus Stroman's performance. I mean, he gave up 5 runs. He gave up 5 home runs, or not 5 home runs, but he gave up five runs. He gave up a home run to Martini in the 2nd inning, gave one up to India in the 3rd inning. Right? So not great. Not great. He went 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, gave up 3 home runs. So not exactly a strong outing by Marcus Stroman, but also the bats were atrocious. The bats were terrible. And the offense just was not alive in this series. And I know I keep saying that, but I see Rick in the building. Javi, what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I don't like slumps either, Rick. I don't. Watching the Yankees right now, I hate slumps just as much as anybody else. Need some help in the bullpen. They're tired. I mean, yeah, I mean they picked up some arms as of recent just to help just to have some fresh arms. But yeah, these guys are not cutting it. And at some point, or not at some point, but at the deadline, that bullpen needs to be addressed. They're going to have some reinforcements coming back. Who they're going to get at the deadline, we'll see, right? I know some fans are saying, the Yankees need to go out and do something right now, but no team is going to be sellers right now. And the Yankees aren't going to go after anybody right now. They're going to ride with what they got, and this month is not going to be any easier. This month is not going to be any easier. So, I mean, they have a tough July schedule. August does become a lot easier. So there is that. Okay. Stephen B., we all know the bullpen's an issue. My take is if the Stars go deeper, they wouldn't be burned out as much as they are. Schmidt's been missed. We need another long Weaver beside. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. Yeah, Soto did his job. Congrats to Rice. I think, you know what, Lou? I think they're in a slump right now. That's what I think. I think they're in a slump. I guess I'm not. What's up, Frank? I'm not seeing that comment from Jonathan about putting all the blame on Grisham. I must have missed that. Yeah. What did Grisham do? I mean, yeah, he bobbled the ball, but what else did he do? He's actually been one of the better players on this team. So I don't know why. I don't know what you're blaming Grisham for. And I want to say what's up to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Happy 4th of July, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Make sure you all subscribe to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. He does great stuff over there. LI says the Yankees from June 1st to July 4th, 14 and 16. Yeah, it's pretty bad. He's been hitting a lot better, and he's not the only one that can't hit. There's other guys that can't hit either. Volpe hasn't been hitting. Torres hasn't been hitting. DJ hasn't been hitting. I mean, Soto, yeah, he got that home run today, but he's been in somewhat of a slump when it comes to hits. Yeah, he gets on base, he gets his walks. So the offense was bad all around. It's not just a Trent Grisham thing. So you can't just blame one guy. Let's stop with the picking on one guy. They were just playing bad. Yeah, I mean, the Yankees are 0-3 right now for the month of July. And, J.D. Davis, he's not playing great. DJ can't hit. Jahmai Jones can't hit. None of those guys can't hit or can hit. So, come on. The bigger problem is we aren't playing good fundamental baseball. A Judge can't carry this team. Stanton's been missed. I mean, that's what it boils down to is this fundamentals. I feel like some of the guys in the lineup, they're resorting back to their old habits, right? They're they're hitting the ball out into the outfield and just thinking home run ball. They're forgetting about the fundamentals. I mean, it was nice to see Verdugo, finally hit again. I mean, he went 3 for 4. That's another bright spot. Again, I'm not saying it, I'm not trying to cover up what happened in today's game, but it was nice to see him hitting again. And they need Giancarlo Stanton back badly. What's up, Joel? Happy 4th to you. Don't worry about it, man. Enjoy your 4th. Thanks for stopping in. I do greatly appreciate it. And I do greatly appreciate all of you for spending part of your 4th with me here. I know most of you were here with me this morning. I know you all are spending some of your time here with me today. But, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on here. I'll try and keep this one a little shorter than I normally do. That way you guys and gals can enjoy your 4th of July and do what you need to do. So, not a great series, not a good start to the month of July. And now they got the Red Sox coming into town tomorrow. So, Red Sox have been hot as of late. They've been playing some better baseball as of late. How is that series going to end up? Who knows? We at this point we don't know. But one thing I do know is that with the series against the Red Sox, they can't be putting out bad lineups. They got to Boone and whoever else is making these lineups. They can't come out with bad lineups. I mean, the Red Sox they're on a hot streak right now. So, and the Red Sox are one of those teams that you cannot count out ever. So, Frank Rivera, you hit the nail on the head. They have lost track of just trying to get on base. Yeah, seriously, man. Stephen B., as bad as frustrating as it's been, it's not September. Don't panic. Birdie, Stanton coming back will help. Schmidt, Efros, and Birdie will help the pen in rotation. Hopefully, man. Hopefully that's what we're wanting. And again, hopefully at the deadline they make some good moves and get some good bats, some good bullpen arms, particularly with the lefties, because they have righty arms and they can get that. They have that in their own farm system. And don't forget Cody Poteet. He's another one. And Nick Birdie, John Birdie, those are other guys too. Hey, D-Rod, happy 4th to you, man. What's up? ¿Qué pasó, muchacho? How you doing? Bien, muy bien. D-Rod broke the lock. He's here, folks. D-Rod is here. He broke the lock. We'll get hot innings second half. I'm calling it right now. Let's hope, man. Let's hope. I'm hoping that they get hot at the second half of the season. See, we can have a little bit of a laugh. Well, I mean, he shouldn't have done that. I mean, that's kind of like a rare thing from him to be lazy on that play, but that's not, that's a rarity. Hopefully he never does that again, because that was stupid. Yeah, Alex, I mean, recently they've been sucking. They've been playing some bad baseball, no doubt, but let's see what happens. There's still a lot of baseball to be played. They're gonna wait till the deadline to make any moves. They're gonna get the reinforcements coming back, and hopefully, again, with the reinforcements coming back, with some of the deadline moves that they make, good ones, hopefully, this team could get back on track. D's channel, what's up, D's channel? How you doing, man? Yeah, it was a crap game. Yeah, I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. Even with today's loss, I have no complaints, dude. I'm doing well. I'm at least I'm alive. I'm healthy. So I have nothing to complain about. I don't. It sucks when your team loses, but at the same time, I don't let it affect my day. I still go to sleep happy. So, Well, listen, we don't know what Efros is going to be like. We don't know what Brubaker is going to be like. We don't. We'll see, right? We'll see what happens. Hopefully they can provide something. Hopefully they can provide something, but we'll just have to wait and see. But they still need to make some moves at the trade deadline for sure. You know, we'll see what happens. What are you saying, Alex Farina? The last few years they don't make great moves. Yeah, at the trade deadline. Yeah, but here, Alex, here's the thing. Okay, in 2022, they were trying to go trade for Juan Soto when he was with Washington. The Yankees offered a package. They offered a trade proposal. They made a proposal to the Nationals. The Nationals just didn't like their proposal, right? Nationals said no. They tried going after Castillo, who got traded to the Mariners, right? The starting pitcher. They tried to offer a package to get Luis Castillo, and it didn't happen. The Reds said no, and he got traded to Seattle. So it's not that the Yankees aren't, the Yankees are trying. Yeah, they haven't been making too many deals. I mean, they ended up getting, Lou Trevino, Frankie Montas in 2022. Yeah, it didn't really mean anything, didn't amount to anything, unfortunately. And now Frankie Montas, I mean, he pitched well today against the Yankees. So there's that. And last season with the trade deadline, Cashman had 3 trades ready to go. He got overruled by Hal. So it's not that the Yankees aren't doing anything. I mean, they're trying to do something. It's either other teams are saying no, or in last season it was just, Hal overruled them. The only thing they did was get Keenan Middleton, the relief pitcher. Yeah, good to hear from you too. Yeah, man. They got a tough schedule. Yeah, that's all there is to it. They got the Red Sox this weekend. Okay, and that's gonna be a tough schedule, no doubt. I'm just looking at their schedule. So I think it goes Red Sox, Orioles, Rays, or Red Sox, Rays, Orioles. Yeah, so Red Sox, Rays, then Red Sox, Red Sox, Rays, Orioles, then the All-Star break. So they got three tough series back to back to back. So their schedule is not getting any easier. And if they perform like this against Cincinnati, who knows what's going to happen in these next 3 series. But they got to turn it around, man. They got to turn it around. I'm with you. They don't like when they lose, but it's only small. Yeah, it's a small part of our lives, man. Win or lose, those guys are making their millions. They sure don't act like they are, but they're making their millions. What's up, Aiden? How you doing? Will Star, my guy. What's up, Will Star? How you doing? I think this team will turn around. I don't think we're as bad as we were playing at this time last year. We were a lot worse and lost Judge for a while. Baseball is a hard game, and baseball is a hard game. Listen, I'm not saying any of us would be able to go out there and do better. But I will say that this team was in much worse shape. This team, to me, honestly, last year around this time, I know it ain't over till it's over, but I had no confidence that they were going to make the postseason in 2023. 2023 was a disaster. I mean, 2024, I like their chances better of getting into the postseason. How far they'll get, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out and how hot they are going into the postseason. Yeah, Montas, Lou Trevino, and Bader. I mean, that's what they did in 2022. They wanted to get either they wanted to get Soto, they wanted to get Castillo. Didn't work. So funny that we're dying for Stanton to come back 4 months ago. He was not wanted. See how quickly things turn. Same can happen with this. Yeah, Seriously, D-Rod. Look, even before the season started, folks were bashing Stanton. They were saying DFA Stanton, trade Stanton, just pay him whatever he's owed, and let Dominguez come up. Well, I think a lot of people are eating their words, and there's still some fans that are saying to DFA Stanton, which I don't understand why. Yeah, he did almost no hit us. He had something going there. Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. I don't know how much of this, I don't know. Some games you could say, Boone messes up, right? And I'm strictly talking about the lineup, but there's a lot of games that it's not on Boone. We can't necessarily place the blame on Boone. I'm not saying Boone is perfect. There's things that do frustrate me about him. There's certain things, but today's game, that's not on Aaron Boone. But Boone, we'll see. This is his final year of his contract. He's got an option for 2025. We'll see how things play out in the rest of the season. So, Yankees 2. What's up, Yankees 2? Good to see you. I get it, Alex. Yeah, it has some similarities to 2022. It does. Let's hope it doesn't end up being that way. Sean Browning, what's up? Ben Rice, FJ, what's going on, FJ? The fans take it harder than the players. Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you think the thing is, it's just you think the Yankees want to lose? No, they don't. But you win some, you lose some. What's up, Mello? Like I said, this team sucks. I hate writing this NFE, but this team absolutely. I understand your frustration. Frank, I don't disagree with this. Yeah, if if a team is expecting a World Series, they got to beat the good teams. I'm not disagreeing with you here. They have to. So, these next 3 series is going to be a test. So they gotta show up. They gotta show up. I mean, Red Sox, Rays, Orioles. It does not get easier, and they're gonna play the Rays and Orioles away. So think about that for a minute. Hit the ball on the screws right at people. Yeah. Making contact, the contact just isn't good. I don't know why. I don't know what's with the hate on Grisham. I mean, Grisham has been playing a lot better as of late, especially at the plate. Yeah, he's not a power guy, right? He's not like a Juan Soto. And his glove in center field has been great. His defensive game has been fantastic. Absolutely got to keep pace with those. Yeah, well, Stanton's probably, Stanton was at least, running today. He was doing some running today, so he's being a little active. So that's a good sign. Hopefully, it's a sign that he'll be back sooner rather than later. But I expect him to be back sometime around August. If I was to predict it, I would say August. So that's when some of these other guys, some of the reinforcements should be back by then too. Forget the O's are standing. Let's just win games and series. Let's control what we can do instead of relying on other. Yeah, I mean, they got to win. I mean, plain and simple. They got to win against the bad teams and against the good teams. Yeah, I mean, the players have to be held accountable. I mean, it's not Boone. I mean, today's game, it wasn't Boone's fault. It wasn't Boone's fault. I mean, this series. I mean, I don't know how you place the blame on Boone. Now, yesterday, yeah, the lineup that was put out wasn't great, but Carlos Rodon yesterday, right? He pitched a good game. He gave up 3 runs. He still had a good outing, but the offense didn't come through. But there needs to be some accountability on the players. I don't think they had a single lead in this series. They had 0 lead in this series. Well, there needs to be some changes. I mean, I'm not a big fan of analytics, but you know, I don't know how much I'm sure analytics is playing a role in a lot of some of this stuff, but something maybe needs to change there for sure. I think there might be. I don't know. I don't want to say there's too much reliance on analytics, but I feel like last season that was the case, no doubt. Yeah, yeah, agreed here. One game at a time, folks. One game at a time. I think Boone isn't at fault when they aren't hitting, but the order of the lineup is an issue. Yeah, I mean, there's been a bit of a shuffle in the lineup. I mean, you know, Boone talked to Anthony Volpe yesterday saying that they're going to take him out of the leadoff spot, and they put Ben Rice up there, which, I mean, hey, you know what? I welcomed it because, you know, Volpe, yeah, Volpe. Yeah, Volpe hasn't been hitting. He's been slumping as of late, too. So moving him down in the lineup, I agreed with that decision. Yeah, Cabrera looked good at third base, no doubt. Oh yeah. Yo, Brian, what's going on, my guy? Happy 4th, bro. Hopefully you're enjoying your 4th with the misses. Hopefully with Miss Gusto's girl, right? Hopefully you all are having a good 4th. What up, Brazil? How you doing? No issue, but he's a good place to start changing things, but it won't happen. Yeah, well, like I said, this is Boone's final year. We'll see. We'll depending on how things play out, this could be his final season. When we score in the first inning, team record's so much higher, but then we score late. Grisham isn't a problem. I do have an issue with that one play, but it's emotional sport. Yeah, I mean that second error, that he made, yeah, that was dumb. You got to play that ball like the way you're supposed to, no doubt. Well, yeah, Razil. I mean, let's hope the guys get healthy in August, right? Hopefully, they get some players back. And come the month of August, these guys are good. They're ready to go. There's no setbacks. I mean, that's all we can hope for at this point, right? Yeah, D-backs and Rangers have bad parts of that. I mean, and those are two teams that made it to the World Series. Who would have thought? So. Yeah, listen, I know Boone doesn't call players out publicly. I mean, I don't know what discussions he has with the team when the cameras are off. He doesn't say a whole lot to the media, which in some cases I don't blame him because the media likes to twist things and make players and managers look bad, especially New York media. I mean, New York media is relentless, man. They're very unforgiving. Yeah, I don't know. I saw something about that. I don't know what that was all about. Until this team takes on management. Yeah. I don't know. They're showing some fight. I mean, if this was last season, right? This game would have probably ended. They probably wouldn't have put up any runs. This game would have ended up being like 8-0, 10-0, right? Once they're down, they're down. I mean, this team tries to fight back. They try to show up, but it's just not working in their favor. Things are not working in their favor. Maybe, yeah, maybe that'll help. I think you meant the Red Sox there, Razil. Fire Boone, fire Castro, and trade for Robbie Ray. Yeah, those are good moves there, Stephen B. What's up, Izzy? How you doing? Yeah, like number 16. Thank you, Izzy. Boston Red Sox, yeah. I don't know, kid clientele. I'm not sure why Oscar Gonzalez isn't up. I mean, I'm not sure why some guys aren't up. I mean, if Gleyber goes back to into his slumps, which looks like he's been in his slumps again. I mean, I think it's time to replace him with a guy like York Vivas or even Oswald Peraza. I consider one of those guys for sure. Red Sox and the Rays and the Orioles and Cashman is going to wait for us to get swept in all three before he makes any moves. Yeah, but the thing is, all the teams are going to wait till the deadline. I mean, I understand something has to happen, but I don't think any big moves are going to happen right now. So. Really enjoy Ben Rice's enthusiasm. He definitely has a spark. Yeah, I mean, he's full of energy, full of smiles. I mean, you have to have that type of energy. I don't disagree with that. And what's up, Davi? NFE, I'm still yeah, no, I'm frustrated too. I'm still a fan just like you, Davi, but I'm very frustrated with this team. No doubt, man. No doubt. They better not send him back down. He's got to continue playing. If they brought him up, man, you got to play the guy. Got to play him. Without a deep playoff run, I honestly cannot see how the Yankees can bring Boone back respectfully. I understand, and the thing is, if somehow this team fails, and whatever the Cashman and his people consider failure, I can't see Boone coming back either. But then the question remains, who do you want as your manager? 2 weeks. Has anything changed? It's not any one player. It's what shaved. Yeah, D-Rod, I mean, the best player in the sport. It's a team effort. I mean, you're not going to just – it's not going to just be one player, but it takes a whole team to play well. Right now, as a team, they're not playing well. I mean, Davi, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't be losing to the teams like the Mets. They split the series with Cincy, or not with Cincy, with the Blue Jays, and they got swept by the Reds. I mean, it is unacceptable, no doubt. What's up, Raymond? Happy 4th. Yeah, lousy game. Lousy game. How could you have a different team than last season with the same – they're right now, Davi, it's just they got guys that are hurt. I mean, Giancarlo Stanton, he's hurt at the moment, right? And he's a difference maker in this lineup. John Birdie, who they traded for, he's also hurt. So I mean, that missing those two guys on your roster is hurting them, right? Yeah, they could have called up Dominguez, but he's hurt. They could have maybe called up Everson Pereira, but he's done for the season. They got some guys in the bullpen that are hurt. Clark Schmidt is hurt. I mean, they don't have a full roster right now. So they're in a slump. And hopefully with these reinforcements, with the right trades at the deadline, this team could get back on track. Quick Clientele 19 is saying the 2019 still up a lot and turned around in the second half of the season and playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I remember the 2009 team. They were struggling mightily at one point, but they found a way. They turned it around, and yeah, they ended up winning the World Series. Maybe that's the case this season. Yeah, well, 2022, yeah, I don't know, they collapsed. 2023, I mean, they were worse than 2022. 2024, they're better than where they were last season. We'll see what the end result's going to be. What's up, Eric Wallace? What's going on, bud? How's your 4th going there, man? Yeah, well, I hope, I hope he does. I hope Cashman and Howell are seeing what needs to be done and what moves need to be made, and they go out and make those moves. Yeah, kind of. We should look like a team who should be selling at the deadline. Why should they be selling at the deadline? If this was last year's Yankees, I probably would argue, yeah, they probably should sell. If they were completely out of the playoff race, then yeah, I would say they could sell. But why are they selling now? They need to be buyers. I don't expect them to go 0-9 in the next 3 series, but it's actually possible with this team. Let's hope not, Rizil. Let's hope not, man. Yeah, the Yankees are hosting the Red Sox. I know, Eric, I know you're a Mariners fan. How are the Mariners doing today? Yep. Trevino's not going to get DFA'd. I could see him getting traded though in the offseason. Yeah, Alex Cora, he'd be a great manager. I like Alex Cora. Yeah, he's the manager of the Red Sox, but he's got a good mind for baseball. Yeah, on the road for Tampa and Baltimore. There are teams that help them right now. Cashman would pull the trigger. I don't think fans realize that teams are holding out for better returns than they can get. Right, exactly, Stephen B. Exactly. Yep, Alex Cora. Yankees can't seem to win if they don't score first, or the win went out of their sails after the first. Yeah, I know, man. Did they say that? Or did they say that they're not extending Cora, Mello? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of teams are waiting it out, especially the ones that we think are going to be sellers. They're waiting it out. Now, there's a few teams that are guaranteed to be sellers, right? And that's the Chicago White Sox. They're going to be sellers. The Angels are going to be sellers, right? Those are 2 teams that are going to be sellers. The Rockies, we'll see. The Marlins are going to be sellers. Possibly the Blue Jays. Menu. Let's see. Yeah, but they could very well wait at the end of the season too. I mean, some potential trade targets. I mean, just to name a few players. I mean, Renhefo for third base. There's a few people this morning that we're talking about. A couple of people brought up Heimer Candelario for third base. I'm not saying that they should go after him, but those were names that were mentioned. As far as bullpen arms, just your usual names of like Tanner Scott, AJ Puck, Andrew Nardi. I mean, these are some names. There's a couple of guys I think on the Angels that they could be looking at. Yeah, probably. He probably would have been traded if he wasn't hurt. You're right. Davi, they're not going to DFA Giancarlo Stanton. And Giancarlo Stanton, prior to his injury, was having a good season, actually. So the fact that he's not in this lineup and the fact that this team isn't any better without him says something. So he's been contributing this season, man. I don't know what's with the DFA Stanton talks. I mean, if you think they're just going to pay out his $98 million? Yeah, that team, that 09 team was something else, no doubt. Brian Sabian? I don't know about Brian Sabian. There was another name that they mentioned. I forgot the guy's name that could be Cashman's replacement in the future. Cashman's not going anywhere. Right. Yeah. Why would they? That's what I'm saying. This weekend, paid close attention to Corey. He may be our next manager. How do we know that, though, Frank? I mean, I would welcome it. I would welcome it. This game's 5 series been bad. It's early July and we have a good record. We'd be fine. Let's hope so, man. They're still in a good place as of right now, but we'll see what this team looks like next month. That's the key. A healthy roster in September, October, absolutely. Team performance looks like their sellers are the ones who will barely make the playoffs and get swept. I got to disagree again, Davi. I understand where you're coming from, but I do not think that this team are going to be sellers at this year's deadline. Last season, if we were talking about this, then I would agree with you, but I don't think that I can't see this team being sellers. They're going to be buyers. Vino and someone else for the catcher from the Rock. Well, Elias Diaz, that's who you're talking about, but I don't know that the Rockies are going to trade him. Just like I don't think they're going to trade Ryan McMahon. I would love the Yankees to go get Ryan McMahon, but I don't think it's going to happen. The Rockies like Ryan McMahon. What would you give up for Tanner Scott and Jazz Chisholm from Miami in the same trade? Well, Tanner Scott's a free agent after this season. As far as Jazz Chisholm's contract goes, I mean, let me look at his. I think he's got another year of control. I mean, that's going to start with a conversation that might have to involve like a Will Warren, So he's okay. So Chisholm is not a free agent until 2027. So you get him for a few years of control. But that might have to start with like a Will Warren conversation. You could include Peraza in that deal potentially, right? I'm just throwing names out there. But you let me know. But I think with a trade, Anthony Manzano, shout out to you. I think it's my first time seeing you in the chat, so thanks for tuning in. I think that's going to be a conversation, but that involves a Will Warren. And they're gonna ask for some top names. They'll probably maybe Will Warren, Oswald Peraza. I could see those two names at least, and they'll ask for maybe a couple of other prospects. But Tanner Scott would just be a rental, and he'll be a free agent after the season. I mean, he would help the team. He would help the bullpen. Tanner Scott and Jazz Chisholm. He'd be a help too, but. Do the Yankees need Jazz Chisholm? That's the question. What's up, Jake? Yeah, rough start, man. Rough start to July. Shout out to you. According to reports, Cora wants to be in the front office over managing or have more influence on roster construction if he does manage. Yeah, I mean, I could see him in a front office role for sure. And influence on the roster, yeah, I'm sure he would want to have full control of that, no doubt. Yeah, I'm not the Astro scandal definitely made me lose respect for him, but I mean, as a manager, he's still a good manager. Yeah, 100% right here, Raziel. You're right. I mean, what are the chances of Yankees turning it around again? Well, there's a chance. We'll see what happens at the deadline. We'll see what happens with the reinforcements coming back, as long as there's no setbacks. Davi, I mean, look, I get upset when he gets hurt too, but it's inevitable. The guy's going to get hurt, like Brian Cashman said. I mean, Brian Cashman didn't say that to bash him, but it's just on par for the course that, the guy gets hurt. And he's not the only one. There's a lot of players that are getting hurt. There are a lot of players that are getting put on the shelf right now. Even a guy like Bryce Harper, he's injury prone too. He's on the IL as we speak. I'm just throwing out a player out there and I'm bringing up Bryce Harper because this is a player that Yankees fans like to bring up a lot. So, Bryce Harper's another guy that gets hurt as well. There's players that this season, especially, a lot of players have been getting hurt. Acuna's done for the year. Spencer Strider, we could have a list of players right now and talk about all the players that are hurt or getting injured or have been injured. Oh man. All right. That's what's up there in Furnace to Romanus. You got that pastrami quesadilla. Good for you, bro. About 2/3 of this team every year. I mean, injuries happen. It's not just with the Yankees. Every team experiences injuries. This season's been, it seems like there's way more than previous seasons. And it's not just with the Yankees. I mean, a lot of teams are experiencing injuries right now. Barring his current injury, Stanton was in high contention for comeback player of the year. DFAing him is not. Yeah, I agree. You're not wrong here, Izzy. I agree with that. Let's hope so. I mean, the guy went 3 for 4 today. Hopefully that's a break out of a slump. I'll take that from Verdugo. There is a front point named Reese that's in the line to replace Cashman when it happens. Permo. Okay, that's who it was Reese. Yeah. I now that name is familiar. One more bad and healthy-ish Stanton, and lineup looks a lot better. Agreed. Yeah, let's hope Verdugo is out of a slump. I mean, with the lineup, right? The lineups, how I would construct it with against Boston, you got to put your best guys out there. I mean, you're not don't put JD Davis out there. Don't put Jahmai Jones out there. I think that's a start. All right. I put Wells over Trevino. All right. Ben Rice, play Oswald Cabrera. Right. The players that are not performing in the lineup, bench them. Let's see what happens. But you can't put JD Davis out there. You can't put Jahmai Jones out there. I don't want to see those guys in the lineup personally. How about this trade for the Yankees? Get Tanner Scott, Jazz Chisholm. So Will Warren. I'm not trading Spencer Jones. No way. No way. Nah, Roderick Arias. Nah. Yeah, I mean, maybe Arias in another trade, or you could say Arias and Warren, but it does start with Will Warren. I don't know if the Yankees would include Arias. Spencer Jones, forget about it. That's not going to happen. Spencer Jones is not getting traded. The Yankees value Spencer Jones. That guy's an untouchable. If the Yankees wanted to trade Spencer Jones, they would have traded him for Corbin Burns. They would have traded him for Dylan Cease, but they didn't. So, Mr. Coconuts, what is going on? This is where you miss George. This is the kind of slump he's going to shake things up no matter how good or bad. Yeah, but I mean, when George was making moves, the times were a lot different too. There was no luxury tax or anything like that. I mean, Hal, unfortunately, has to deal with the luxury tax. I mean, they're over the Cohen threshold right now, and any player that they acquire, they're charged 100. They're taxed at 110%. Yeah, there needs to be one. Okay, this is your lineup right here. Rice, Volpe, Soto, Judge, Verdugo, Volpe, Rice. So either Rice or Volpe at the leadoff. Then you bat Soto second, Judge third. Then you got Verdugo. And then Volpe or Rice at number 5. Torres at 6. Willis Trevino at 7. Cabrera at 8. Who's your number 9? We can't use injuries as an excuse as we lost to a team under 500 and less talented than us. No more excuse. Well, like I said, this was a team that I felt like they should have swept, on paper, but didn't happen. And a lot of this has to do with the offense. Okay, Acuna doesn't get hurt get hurt every year, but Bryce Harper does. So and so does Mike Trout. He's another player that's injury prone. And yet there were some Yankees fans that were saying they should trade for Mike Trout. There's another injury prone player. I'm just saying. Okay, you're both a Yankees and Marlins fan. All right, that's what's up, man. Lost half of their pitching staff this season first. Yeah, man. The Marlins, man. They had a great starting rotation, but yeah, all those guys got hurt. And also your guy Yuri Perez, that's another guy, So, yeah, there's some injuries to that team, no doubt. Stanton's injuries stink, but at least the guy starts the season in shape, lost a little weight this season, carries himself like a man. This is true. This is true. Right. They have no offensive depth because of hurt, because they got other guys that are hurt. John Birdie's hurt, right? So, they can't call him up. They could have called up Jason Dominguez, but he's hurt. Everson Peraza's hurt. I mean, so right now, these injuries all came at the same time, and at possibly like the worst time, or at the worst time possible. Okay, so don't put the guys Boone thinks are the best guys. Instead, use logic. Okay, got it. Well, I mean, what else do you want me to say? I absolutely use logic. That's what I would. I mean, just don't put the guys that are gonna not be productive. I.e., freaking J.D. Davis, Jahmai Jones. Don't put those guys in there. They got to be smart in these next 9 games as far as constructing the lineup. I like the lineup that they actually had yesterday. Well, no, not yesterday. Sorry. Today, I mean, it wasn't too bad. We'll see what happens in these next 9 games. I mean, who knows what lineup is going to come out, Right now, if I was an opposing team, I'd walk Judge every at bat, never let him see a pitch to hit. Need to hit him. Yeah. Well. Yeah, Yorbit Vivas has a lot of talent, but Trey Sweeney is killing in OKC. I would love to see Vivas up. I mean, how much money is George willing to pay in taxes, though? I guess that's the question. I mean, a business owner, especially of a baseball team, do they want to give up a bunch of money to go to small market teams, to the owners of small market teams that are not going to invest in their team? I mean, I know that's not going to be George's problem, but the fact of the matter is, I don't think owners like to pay extra in taxes. Spencer's block. He's really not going to be able to get playing time with Soto. Well, Spencer Jones is not going to get called up this year, though, dude. Spencer Jones is probably going to be a 2025 call-up, and Verdugo is probably not on this team next season, if I had to predict. Yeah, Jones and Arias, I mean, Jones is definitely off limits. Arias, I would say, is off limits, but they have an influx of infielders, so we'll see what happens. And Arias has been playing well as of late in the minors, and he's only 19, so you got to give him some time to develop. The Reds are not the Marlins or White Sox. They're an okay team. Yankees should not get swept at home, though. You're not wrong there. Grisham, DJ at your number 9. Got it. Copy. The Marlins look more like a money laundering scheme than a baseball organization. That's funny. I think the Yankees can get Yoan Moncada for cheap, and he will be a sneaky good pickup. Yoan Moncada. Let's see. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, the third baseman. I'm just looking at his contract. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. He has this season, and there's a club option for 2025. I don't know about because he's owed. It looks like he's owed like $14 million, and at 110% tax. I don't know. I don't know about that, but I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I don't want Jahmai Jones DHing. For assuming we're talking about Jahmai Jones, or are we talking about Spencer Jones? I don't know. Let me know. We got 2 of them. Ketel Marte. He's probably not going to be available because the the thing is, the Diamondbacks could be contenders, right? They're going to get some of their reinforcements coming back. Watch out for them. They could they'll make a push. I don't think they're going to be sellers. They might be buyers, if anything. Trout and Harper, I wanted at this point. Not a player I wanted at this point in the career. Early in the career, I might have wanted them, but why would I trade my cream of my prospect for a guy like Chisholm? Well, the point though, Dobby, why I brought up Trout and Harper. Now, I don't want them. I don't want either one of those guys at their career. But the point of me bringing those two guys up was that you're talking about guys that are hurt, like Giancarlo Stanton, who gets hurt every year. These two guys, Trout and Harper, get hurt a lot as well. They're not any different than Giancarlo Stanton when it comes to injuries. And unfortunately, and it pains me to say this, I mean, Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, I mean, they haven't really been difference makers for their team. Not really. You know, they haven't won any championships. Neither has Giancarlo. So I'm just saying. Verdugo, Soto, Judge, Rice, Volpe, Cabrera, Wells, Torres, Grisham. Yeah, you could put Rice at 4. Volpe, I mean, I don't blame Boone for putting him, you know, towards the bottom of the lineup because he was slumping big time at the leadoff spot. Exactly. Things can change all the time. Maybe. I mean, he did fine today. He's actually been playing better at AA. If you've been following it, he's actually been on a tear recently. He had a neck injury earlier in the season, which you know had a setback in his performance, but he's actually been a lot better as of late. Yeah, I mean, Yankees have an influx of infielders, man. They have an influx of infielders, and a lot of those guys are not going to, you know, be able to play for the Yankees. We'll see what the Yankees do with some of these guys, but Arias, Lombard, you know, these guys, there's a lot of potential there. There's a bright future for these guys. We'll see what happens in these next 3 to 5 years. You know, there's a lot of potential there, and the Yankees haven't had a farm system like this in a really long time. And they have done a better job of drafting players in these last few years. Thank goodness. Because in previous years, it was a disaster. They had nobody. Right. But just a quick pause real quick, folks. Shout out to all of you in the chat. I appreciate you all spending your 4th with me. It does mean a lot. It does mean the world to me. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Share this channel out with anybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. And any support that you all give to this channel is also appreciated too. And I do thank you for it. It does mean the world to me. So thank you guys and gals so much. Volpe as a shortstop, Oswald Cabrera at 3rd, and Peraza at 2nd. Yeah, but Peraza could be a trade piece. Oswaldo Cabrera, he could be a depth piece, or he could be a trade piece. You know, they got Vivas. They got some players in the farm system. I don't. Volpe is going to be shortstop. Peraza, I unfortunately I see him as a trade piece because they have other guys that can take over. Although I don't know, it'll be, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens. What's up, Blaze? What's going on? Tomorrow's a new day. Red Sox took mojo from Yankees last time to play them. Time to get it. Yeah, you got to give it back to him, right? Got to give it back to him. He's not a red hot hitter. I mean, he's been on fire as of late. I'm just saying that if the Yankees didn't value Spencer Jones, they would have traded him for Dylan Cease. They would have traded him for Corbin Burns. The Yankees see value in him. Yeah, Augustine Ramirez has been absolutely killing it. Doesn't have a lot of trade value. You'd have to package him with somebody to make it worthwhile for a team that might be interested. For sure. Oh, you just became a Yankees fan? I got you, dude. So Yankees and Marlins, huh? Do you live in? I assume you live in Florida. You must live in the Miami area. What are you at their opponent's home stadium? Oh, you live in Tampa. Okay. Well, you're not a Rays fan, which that would have been weird if you were a Rays fan and a Yankees fan. I would have probably laughed at that one, but Marlins and Yankees, all right, that's cool. And I want to go back to this question: opponent's home stadium. So, are you saying like, do the Yankees have a better record against the Red Sox at Fenway and versus Red Sox record at Yankee Stadium? I mean, this year, the Yankees lost 2 out of 3 against Boston. So that was the first time they played each other this year. Now Boston is coming into Yankee Stadium. I'm just trying to make sure I understand your question here. Spencer swing, but I don't think he's going to give you a lightning in a battle. He's not coming. Well, here's the thing. Spencer Jones is not going to be a call-up this year. He's not going to be. He's going to be a call-up for 2025. So there's still another year for him. I mean, the team, they have high hopes for Spencer Jones, and so do I. So, do the Yankees in general have a better record at Fenway Park than the Red Sox? I mean, generally speaking, the Yankees do play the Red Sox better at home. The Red Sox definitely play better playing better at Fenway Park. But when these two teams play each other, I mean, there's no telling. I mean, in recent years, the Red Sox have been the better team. I'll say that much. And the Red Sox have been the better road team. I think I'd have to look it up. I'd have to look up the road games for the records for both teams. I don't think so. I don't think they call him up in September, man. I don't think so, Davi. I know some fans are hoping for that, but I don't think so. And depending on how things go with Spencer Jones, or not Spencer Jones, but Jason Dominguez, don't be surprised if you don't see Jason Dominguez because, he's healing, recovering right now. Sandy Alcantara. Oh, he's a pitcher. I mean, thing is, I don't know if they're going to be looking for right-handed pitching because they have right-handed pitchers in their own organization. So they need some left-handed bullpen. They need some lefties in that bullpen. I'll say that. With Sandy Alcantara, though, I mean, what is his contract? $56 million. I mean, he's under team control for this season. He's got a club option for 2027. $11 million. I mean, maybe the Yankees trade for him, or it could look at him. Who knows? Jesus Lazaro, pass. I pass on Jesus Lazaro. Well, yeah, they need to start hitting. I mean, again, they're going to get some of their reinforcements coming back. They hopefully whatever trades they make is going to make this team more productive, make them much better. They do need to start hitting, no doubt. But they need to get some of their offensive players back, and they do need to make a trade for a bat, no doubt. I mean, at least for third base for sure. So. But it still remains to be seen what this team is going to do. I mean, I'm curious to see what they're going to do. I feel good that Brian Cashman will be aggressive. I know Buster Olney and Ken Rosenthal have recently come out and said that they expect the Yankees to be aggressive at the deadline, and I expect them to be, especially if they're in a win now mentality. Right, they got to make it happen this year, especially Juan Soto on this team. But like I said, we'll see what happens. There's plenty of baseball left. But with that being said, folks, listen, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and let you all enjoy the fourth. I'm going to go enjoy my time this evening. I'm going to go hang out with the family and eat some barbecue, go watch some fireworks at a park, and enjoy my fourth. It's been a nice, relaxing day for me, despite the Yankees losing. I'm still enjoying my day. Just got a nap in a little bit ago, so I have no complaints. I'm living life. Yeah, stay away from Lazaro. He's definitely injury prone. Alcantara hasn't pitched this year due to TJS, which is the reason why I'm not. I didn't realize about the Tommy John surgery, which is why I'm like, forget about that, because I want the Yankees to avoid that at all costs. But anyways, folks, thank you all for coming on. Stephen B., I do greatly appreciate it. Appreciate everybody tuning in as always. Make sure you all hit that like button if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button. Share this channel out with everybody you know. I'm on the road to 700 subscribers. If you could all help me get there by spreading the channel out, I would greatly appreciate it. And any support that you give to this channel, it is greatly appreciated. It does mean the world to me. And just so you all know, I will not be having a pregame tomorrow, so there will be no pregame. There will be no postgame. There's some things that I got to take care of tomorrow, but I will do a special morning show / pregame on Saturday morning at 9:30. So 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see a lot of you there. Until then, enjoy your fourth. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and hopefully I see you all on Saturday. And enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your fourth. And I'll see you all next time.